Alright, we'll just head up to the picnic area and start there because it's a bit nicer than standing around here. My name is Daniel Wright. I'm the Visitor Experience Assistant here at RSPB Scotland Loch Leven, and today I was leading the Connecting to Loch Leven event with my lovely staff members. Nature connection is about that emotional response to nature, and simply spending time in nature doesn't necessarily mean you're connecting with it. Each of the activities were designed by using the 5 pathways to nature connection. So the first one is to encourage people to use their senses, so listening. So part of the activity was to listen to things closely, then listen to things further away, is kind of to build up that mental picture and the scale.
I think the sound one kind of really did it for me, and actually taking a moment to kind of, because it was incredible, like it was almost like your sound bubble just suddenly grew, and you could almost take in the fact that it's not just this tiny little bubble around you of nature, it is this massive thing, and the more that you just stop to listen, the more that sort of sound bubble seemed to grow, and you could appreciate then that the world and nature is so much bigger than just you, and it's so much bigger than, you know, just this tree trunk next to you, or just one tree. It's like this massive thing.
So what you're going to do is you're going to look for one small thing that you find really beautiful, something that you wouldn't necessarily have noticed before when out looking. So you get to explore a bit more for this one, walk about a bit more, and look for something incredibly small that you'd find something really interesting. And then I want you to take a picture. I also like to incorporate technology because I feel like it's just such a big part of our lives now, and it's also a great way to share with people. So, you know, if we want to improve our, you know, cultural relationship with nature, I feel like technology and social media and things like that, we may as well use them. The whole idea was to, again, around scale, was to get a picture of something very small, something beautiful that you probably wouldn't have really noticed before, and then kind of compare that to the larger landscape.
I also found a clover that had been eaten by a caterpillar, which I thought was good. Or I've assumed it was a caterpillar, but it could be something else.
I quite liked the photography task where you had to wander around the woods and find something small that you found beautiful, and try and find something large that you find beautiful, and if possible, try and get a photo that has both of those things in together. One, because I really like photography, but also because I thought it helped you kind of get an appreciation for the smaller things, and really stop and look at what's around you.
They're biodegradable as well. A big part of nature connection is about your emotional relationship to nature. And so the idea behind the nature tokens is to write a little emotion on the token, which are biodegradable, of course, and to essentially give it to nature. So say you found a tree that you liked, and it elicited an emotion in you. The idea was to give the token to that tree, kind of like a part of your appreciation.
It was really, really good. I mean, I know the theory, I know all about nature connection, but to actually experience it and be part of the session was so uplifting, and it brought the work to life. So it means when I speak to people now, I can speak from that voice of experience rather than just, well, the theory, and I know that I do that myself, but being part of a group, it was so much better to share the experience, share the ideas, share how people feel about nature. It really was an excellent session.
Because I think that's what this job's all about, trying to,
There's been quite a lot of research on the psychology behind the human-nature relationship, and they found that it is kind of the cause root behind the climate and ecological crises that we're seeing. And it goes as far as like the UN Secretary General has recently said that it is this relationship that we need to repair if we want to solve these issues.
I've been feeling a wee bit stressed out yesterday and this morning just because I have like loads of things I need to do. So actually I was feeling quite, oh no, am I even going to have time to do this when I came out? And I was just like, no, I'm just going to go. And funny thing is now, having had the time to sort of just sit and reflect, I feel like I don't feel stressed out anymore. I feel like really relaxed, which probably I actually should feel more stressed out than I am. But yeah, I just feel, I think I wasn't expecting it to make me feel so calm.
So many of us walk past nature every day, never even see it. Even in the most urban of areas and the most bleak of areas, if you really look, you'll probably find nature somewhere. And it's that sense of noticing something you haven't noticed before that makes that deeper connection. You get to understand your environment, but you get to understand a bit about yourself as well. How do you feel when you find a plant growing somewhere you weren't expecting it to grow? Or you ask questions, are you curious, what kind of plant is it? And all of that starts to build that connection with nature. So I think it's interesting to see people who know the environment really well still find that wonder in the familiar, and I just thought that was really uplifting today.
Hopefully people will start to notice nature more, because one of the big findings from the research is that time in nature does not necessarily mean you connect with nature. So these are activities that will hopefully inspire people to change their attitudes and behaviours in nature and just in their daily day-to-day lives.